insieme al signor Norbert Wilms, che voi conoscete benissimo perché è da più di 20 anni che si occupa di barche solari. Lui è tedesco di Berlino, ha una importante squadra corse di barche solari con la quale partecipa al campionato tedesco della categoria, ed è anche professore di un istituto tecnico, quindi siamo qui per salutarlo e anche per congratularci con lui perché è il nuovo campione europeo, campione tedesco, e ha vinto anche la gara di Avigliana. I present you to the Italian public and I said that you are from Berlin, that you are a professor of the Technical Institute, that you work in the field of solar boats since more than 20 years.
Yes, that's true, yes.
And now I would like to congratulate with you because you are European champion, German champion, and you won also the solar boat race here in Avigliana. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Well, the system is that we're doing, as you told it, more than 20 years in solar boats, and that gives a lot of experience, and therefore we know exactly what to do, and our boats are not always the quickest one.
What and where and when?
But they are solid, and we don't lose races because engine is broken or something like this. We build rather solid, and that's the way why we are championship, won the champion as well in Germany as European one.
So not only experience but also reliability and speed, of course.
Yes, of course. You see, the problem is my boats are built by pupils. That means they are not so absolutely high-tech boats. They are mostly too heavy, but we know how to find out agreement between speed and very, very low consumption from electrical power. And that's the system why we are always winning.
How much boats do you have in this moment? Because I remember a lot of boats that I see with your pupils, but I don't know now.
We have in our school about 10 solar boats.
10
solar boats. You see, some are very old, which we are here, 20 years old,
yeah.
but I'm building every year a new one. For example, next year I'm building a trimaran, and about 750-meter longs and 2 meters large. And you see, the problem is when we have very good boats, we had to stay with them. But sometimes you had to finish and say that's enough, and we find under schools or universities where we give our old boats so that they could start there with a solar boat team as well. But the problem is you must find a person who likes in this direction to do something.
the patient.
That's the most important thing. It's not so much a question of knowledge or a question of if they want or not. They must stay 1-2 years, and that's a problem in Germany now, that we don't find enough people. The people which I started, Jan Spencer, you know him as well, they are all now over 60 years old, and it's difficult to make this long distance trip. For example, to come from Berlin to Italy, we have 2 days for the way here and 2 days back, and that's not so easy.
Not so easy, expensive, and also I think that it's very important the work that you do with the boys, because you are in contact every day with the young boys, and you know the future are them, not me and you and us.
We
in
see
the sense that,
yes.
that they are the future, and they will develop in the future the new energies and the solar boats or solar cars or electric cars, or in any case a new world. And I think that it's very important the sensibilization that you can you can give to the boys.
We see that, for example, this Christian Zenke, who was racing here in Italy as well, he's now studying shipbuilding. So I always have some pupils, not all of them, they are changing of course, but some which stay in the matter. That means we have 2 engineers for solar technique, which go out of my group, and now an engineer of shipbuilding. And I think that's an idea when they see that small groups and not so high professional person can win, when they are try to find these efforts which are solid to make a racing boat very good.
But always your pupils are happy when they work with the solar boats. They enjoy the races and the travels and all the company. They are always happy.
Of course, you see that's not the normal school system, and we are rather known in Germany, for example, and even we could tell by all the championships we won, we are Europe's most successful yacht wharf. That has we are building solar boats, which won since 15 years. And there's no other yacht who did it like this.
I know very well this, of course. And you told me informally about problems or not good situation about solar championship in Germany.
Yes, the problem is now that these old people finished because they are too old, and there's not enough people who's coming new to follow them. That's the system. The problem is that in former times solar energy was something very new, very interesting, and now in Germany it's usual. You see, for example, when you drive to Berlin, you always see sunroofers and so, and that's not a special aspect anymore. And therefore we have trouble to find new teams to follow these older ones. And in former times, for example, when we started in Berlin, we have 35 different teams. Now we have only 10. That means it's necessary to interest people for this type of sport, and I hope that this, for example, could get contact to other people as well. And on the other side, you see, in former times, the industry paid a lot of money for this new kind of energy.
Yeah.
Today it's very difficult to get money from industry, for example, because you couldn't present an absolutely new one. For example, we had to do now when I go back to Berlin, I had to do with 1 hour boats, which as well won the championship, water ski. That's important.
With solar boat.
With solar boat. We had to do water ski to arise interesting of a firm from Cologne who give us for this when we could manage this, that we could show that it is possible to do water ski with solar boats. Well, then we get solar cells. So you have always to give a certain gift. When the industry gives you a gift, for example, for solar cells or something like this, they want something back.
Sure,
normally it's public relations.
In our world,
with public relations. Well, in former times you get, for example, 5,000 marks that do something nice with your pupils. That's gone. We had to do something which is interesting for the firms, which give them good public relation, and if you could guarantee this, there you will still find money today.
And also, of course, it's very easy to say and very difficult to do, but to speak and try to put on places in the solar boat races in Germany about the big companies, because now there are really big companies and multinational companies that build solar cells. For example, batteries. Batteries, okay, is other thing, but
now the accent go to batteries.
But this can be good. But they have industry. This is a point of question.
More, they have interesting when you could reach a lot of people. So, example, when you are doing solar races with cars, it's more interesting than boats, because there are still a lot group of persons who are having a boat and are interesting for boats, but cars are much more quicker, more interesting, because now electrical cars are in the view of people. When they had, the solar boat is nice for fun and for holidays, but cars would be more interesting, because they say perhaps in 5-6 years we had to drive as well electric car, because petrol is too expensive, and therefore the view of the people in Germany goes away from boats to the cars.